Hello, this is your Congressman Michael Burgess. We are experiencing an unprecedented crisis on the Texas border. This year alone, as many as 90,000 children from El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico are crossing into the United States without their parents. When they get here, they become the responsibility of the Department of Health and Human Services Office of Refugee Resettlement. This recent influx of immigrant children is staggering. Consider that between 2003 and 2011, about 7,000 children per year were landing in the custody of Health and Human Services. Last year it surged to more than 24,000 children. According to Homeland Security, the number of children the border agents will catch in the United States this year is expected to more than triple. What these youngsters are going through is sad, and it's disturbing from a human rights standpoint, but it's also extraordinarily expensive. And taxpayers are footing the bill for the health and safekeeping of these unaccompanied minors, many of whom show up sick and in need of medical care. Last week, the House Appropriations Committee approved $78 million in additional money to help deal with the crisis. The Senate Appropriations Committee voted to give the Obama administration $2 billion to handle a dramatic increase in child migrants. This money comes from a fund of discretionary spending that is added every year for emergencies. I do not agree with this funding process. It is my opinion that this should be offset with the foreign aid that we ordinarily provide to Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Mexico. Many news outlets are reporting that HHS, an arm of the Obama administration, is not answering calls or giving details about where the overflow immigrants are being housed. We don't know anything about their care or how long they're being held. Because of this, earlier this week, I requested a meeting with the Office of Refugee Resettlement to be briefed on the issue. But despite my many questions, I was dismayed to learn that there is no tangible alternative in place to remedy this situation. But the bigger issue than the crisis at hand, desperate as it may be, you have to wonder how secure our borders really are if an 8-year-old child can get through alone. It's not fair to the children who are forced into this situation alone. It's not fair to the hardworking taxpayer who's making financial sacrifices in order to pay for their family and then has to pay for these migrant children as well. It's not fair to the border agents who must find a way to deal with this influx of children on our borders. And it's not fair to the Congress or the American people who are being blocked from information about this situation. My stance on immigration is steadfast. I strongly oppose granting amnesty to illegal aliens. I believe we must improve enforcement of our immigration laws, and I believe immigration policy must ensure that the contributions of law-abiding, tax-paying, hard-working citizens are not eclipsed by the negative impact that illegal immigration has had on our country. As always, I appreciate your questions and your comments on this issue. Thank you for taking the time to listen. May God bless you and your family, and as always, may God bless Texas.